Only one ingredient for extreme hair growth. Now, you've heard me talk about this specific ingredient before, but this time this is the easiest way to add it because all you need to do is add it to your wash day routine. So I'm going to show you my quick wash day routine. I'm not even going to go through the entire wash day routine because you only need to add one ingredient to one part of your routine for extreme hair growth. And I think this is one that everybody will love because this is going to work no matter what kind of hair you have, whether you have oily hair, whether you have shiny hair, soft hair, dry hair, thick hair, fine hair, Caucasian hair, Indian hair. It doesn't matter what kind of hair you have. This technique will 100% work for you. So what you want to do is start with your wash day and completely saturate your hair. Now, I have low porosity hair, so it takes a long time for my hair to get wet. But I know that there are people with high porosity hair or hair that just gets wet really easily, but they'll still just splash a little bit of water and then proceed to start shampooing. No. You want to make sure your hair is soaking wet and then proceed to use your favorite shampoo. Now, I would suggest a shampoo that has some qualities that help your hair, like bond building. So I'm using Olaplex. You can use Amika's The Cure. All these shampoos that actually have some sort of like treatment in them so that while they sit on your hair, they're actually doing something. But if you don't have, this will still absolutely work with whatever shampoo you're using. Just make sure it's a moisturizing one and always lather it in your hands first and then put it on your scalp. Now do this as many times as you need to make your hair completely clean, and you know your hair is very clean because there's going to be a lot of lather. So in this video, you'll see me lather my hair twice, but sometimes if my hair is very oily or dirty, I will have to do 3 rounds. So here, do exactly what you always do. Get through the first or maybe first and second rounds to get your hair clean. What we're adding is going to be to the last wash. When your hair is the cleanest and you're doing your last shampoo, that's when you want to do that. And you want to make sure you use only the pads of your fingers. Please do not use your nails, especially for this, because you don't want to add this ingredient to broken skin because it's very potent and you don't need that. So make sure you rinse your hair nicely. Go to your second wash. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post hair growth videos twice a week, most weeks, all about growing long, healthy hair. So if that seems interesting, consider subscribing, and the subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. It's time for the fun, okay? So for your last wash, you're going to add some rosemary essential oil. Now, a little bit too much came up there. All you need is 2 drops. Now, by the way, as you're watching this, you do not have to wash your hair in 4 sections. This will work in whatever amount of sections you use. As you can see, I lathered that up so that it could mix the oil into the shampoo. And this is going to have direct access into your scalp, and you will see results very fast because the rosemary is going to be absorbing into your scalp and giving you all those amazing benefits while your hair is literally at its cleanest state and can be absorbed. Now, there is a secret after you lather it up, and make sure that your hair is completely lathered so all the rosemary oil is spread everywhere else. Now, there are some things to go with this. Like I said, you don't want to use your nails because rosemary oil is extremely potent and you don't want it to go into broken skin. It might actually burn. So if you have like pain all over your scalp, or you think that you have scabs or something, you might want to avoid this, okay? So work that in very well. Your hair should look like what it's looking like on the screen right now. And please do not use the rosemary oil that I usually show, like how to make. I've got lots of videos on how to make rosemary oil, rosemary and moringa. There I was just showing you again how I'm actually washing my scalp with the pads of my fingers. So you don't want to use an oil that's actually oily, if that's making sense. Essential oils are mostly dry, so it's not going to inhibit the lather of your hair. It's not going to make your hair oily. It's just going to absorb and wash out very easy. If you use an oil like my rosemary oil that I have a video on, it's going to make your hair oily and you're not going to get the same effect. So you have to use rosemary essential oil for this specific method. Now, I have never made rosemary essential oil. It's a long strenuous process, and if I do say so myself, I think it's quite difficult to make. So I would just suggest you buy rosemary oil. You can buy it from your local health store, your local food store, and if you don't find it there, I will find some rosemary oil on Amazon, essential oil, and I will link it. Now, if you haven't noticed, after I lather up the last round of shampoo, there is a little hack. There is a big secret. And this is, you want to leave the shampoo sitting on your hair to allow the rosemary to absorb into your scalp, because if you just lather your hair and wash it off, yes, you will get some benefits, but it won't be as much as if you let it sit on your hair. So I like to let it sit on my hair for like 2 to 5 minutes, or as long as it takes for me to wash the other section. So if you wash your hair perhaps in two sections, you can wash one section first. Make sure that that hair is completely clean, completely lathered with the rosemary essential oil in it. Let it sit. Go ahead and wash the other side of your hair and do the same. Now, if you have finer hair or really long hair that you like to just wash everything in one sitting and lather at once, you can do the exact same thing. You just have to find something to do in the shower. So while your hair is like super lathered, you can just clip it up. Let the shampoo sit on your hair, let the rosemary absorb into your clean scalp, and then you could just find something to do. Shave your armpits, do a body scrub, find something to do for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to wash it out, and you proceed with your wash day however you do it. This is something that is easy to do, and that's why I'm sharing it, because sometimes you don't want to add something that you really have to be like, oh my God, I have to add another step. I have to do so much. No, you're not going to change anything else around your hair care routine. Just do exactly what you've been doing, but add rosemary essential oil to your shampoo step and let it sit. And so this is why I was advising you use a shampoo that's got something like bond building, because things like Olaplex and the Cure, anything that says like bond building, I like to actually let it sit on my hair for a little bit so that I can get those bond building effects. So that's why if you pair the rosemary essential oil with a shampoo that has amazing properties like that, you will get almost double the benefits. But if you don't have anything like that, like if you just have a regular maybe moisturizing shampoo, moisturizing sulfate-free shampoo, whatever it is, that would also be fine, because the main ingredient here that we want is the rosemary essential oil. Now, again, you cannot do this with a co-wash because it kind of defeats the purpose. You need your scalp to be really, really clean to absorb all these products really well. And that's why I always oil my scalp on my wash day to maximize those benefits. When my scalp is ready to receive all the ingredients with nothing clogging my follicles or anything like that, it is just pure, raging hair growth ready to happen. Now, if you're wondering and you've never watched any of my previous rosemary oil videos, let me tell you some of the benefits of rosemary oil, okay? Rosemary oil has been used in Mediterranean cultures for centuries. It is anti-inflammatory, it promotes nerve growth, it improves circulation, it also promotes premature graying, prevents dandruff, dry and itchy scalp. So many studies have been done on rosemary and so many dermatologists back it up. There is so much research, you can just Google it. Research has been done. It is comparable to prescribed medications like minoxidil, and they say it is just as effective for hair growth and even more effective when it comes to stopping itchy scalp, which is amazing for hair growth, because if you didn't know, scratching your scalp and having a constantly itchy scalp can stunt your hair growth because you might damage your follicles by scratching and all the irritation that's going on. It's also shown that the leaf extract is different from the essential oil, but both stimulate hair growth even with balding and alopecia to a degree, depending on what level of those you have. It is also safe with minimal side effects, but however, because it is extremely potent, you do want to make sure that you are cautious when you use this. So if you have high blood pressure, if you are breastfeeding, if you are pregnant, if you are on other hair growth medications like minoxidil or any other strong medications prescribed by a doctor, whether it's for diabetes or heart or anything like that, you want to make sure that you consult with your doctor, dermatologist first to make sure that you are not mixing any ingredients that could be potentially harmful. For me, I have been using this for a few months now. I have used the essential oil. I have used the rosemary extract using the actual rosemary leaves. And I will link a video on how to make rosemary oil and how to make rosemary and moringa oil, as those are the most potent and most effective oils that I have ever personally tried on my hair. And they have the highest chance of working for almost everyone because there is so much research backing those up. So as you can see, I have continued going section by section. As I'm rinsing off one section, the other section is sitting with shampoo. So it's very easy for me. I don't have to time it. I don't have to wait. I just go section by section. And for that last front section, I actually went and proceeded to my deep conditioning section at the back on one section. And then I proceeded to rinse out the shampoo on the front. And this will take at least 3 to 4 weeks for you to see like some sort of a noticeable difference. And then, of course, consistent use for about 3 months is where you're going to see noticeable results where other people can also notice and be like, did you do something different to your hair? I repeat, it is not an overnight treatment. There is no such kind of magic. Hair is a real thing growing out of your scalp. So patience pays. If you want more videos like this from me, consider subscribing by hitting my face on the side of the screen. Watch the 2 videos on the other side. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.